entire life comes down to
that, Clark, that each and every player here tonight feel like no other in their lives, really. A big key like this is how well you can compose yourself. How do you handle the pressure of the big stage? We'll find out is the ability to harness all of that raw energy and focus on getting the job done.
Let's check out Wisconsin's starting lineup. We've got Kaminsky. Hill is out there with Hawkins. Then it's Decker, and it's Evans in at the power forward position.
You know, Wisconsin has not historically had a lot of players in the NBA. That number, however, could be growing in the next few seasons. I mean, they have a few, but for the most part, their winning has come through solid team play.
It's Evans on the wing. This is to Kaminsky. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Kaminsky's got his first points of the night.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
Flash passes to Brown. Buries it from about 10 feet away.
And with any championship game, you know that every player is going to have their heart racing for the first few minutes. That's just natural. That's adrenaline. They'll need to remain calm, though, and let the game come to them and kind of ease into it.
And one guy, guys, I'll keep an eye on in this one is Freak. He is the consummate leader for his team. He can come out strong and play his game while keeping his intensity level up. It'll be just what they need to claim the title.
On defense, Wisconsin. 4-point game. And he lobs it up. Well-placed alley-oop pass into the layup.
No hesitation at all on that alley-oop. Saw his teammate with the path to the hoop, and bang! Lobbed it right up there for him.
And he was ready for it, elevated, made the catch. You saw the result.
And you know what, though? I like the fact that he still chose that conservative finish there, just making sure he got the deuce.
Here's Decker following the basket by Freak, and the shot is good.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
Michigan with the ball. Brown with the screen on Hawkins. Here's Flash. To the middle. Here's Brown. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And as we see Freak and his team go for the title here, he is trying to repeat what he did just a year ago. He was able to lead his high school to the PSAL championship.
Well, Greg, he was a 4-time All-American selection in high school. At that, he's won state titles before, but this is a different animal than high school.
Wade, and it's Michigan with the rebound.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Wade with the block. The Badgers leading by 3. And Gibson, here we go. Knight grabs the board. And here is Brown. Launches it. And he gets it to go. Brown's got 8 points.
You know, one of the big questions on everybody's mind in this game is whether or not Freak will stay on for another year or go pro. I mean, usually a player with his upside would be a lock to be a one and done, but he's giving serious thought to staying.
And Freak is a guy who clearly values the scholastic aspect of collegiate sports, so it makes sense for him to think about staying beyond this season. Still, with Freak's draft stock rising, this could be his final game.
And that concludes the first half. Michigan leads by 8. And welcome back. We're just about ready to get going with the second half of a historical championship game. For those just tuning in, this is Kevin Harlan, pleased to be alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony as we get set to watch how the college basketball season will end.
You know what, guys? That was the start that Freak and his team wanted in the first half. I mean, they didn't run away with the game, but they're in a really good spot to capture the title.
These first 5 minutes in the second half are going to be huge. They know their opponent is going to come out strong and try to even things up. But if they can keep their cool, they'll be on their way, I think, to the title.
Brown, he's in at the 4 spot. He's out there with Jones. Smith is out there with Flash. And it's Crawford at the 2 spot. And Wisconsin looking at who they've got. Hill is out there with Hawkins. Then it's Decker. Then it's Kaminsky. And it's Evans in at the 4 slot. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hill kicks to Hawkins. Shoots.
3 straight misses here to start the second half.
Hawkins can't get that one to fall.
And guys, one big story that we have in this championship game is that a guy like Freak could boost his draft stock quite a bit. A win here could catapult him up the big boards of a lot of teams.
And you know, while it's just one game, scouts will get a chance to see how he plays on the big stage. Knowing a player is at his best when the lights are brightest is a big plus in GM's books. Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Mark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch. Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
The feed to Hill. The pass to Hawkins. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
He just punishes you on the backboard. I mean, it's pretty deflating for a team trailing big and still giving up second chance opportunities.
Evans, a screen on Jones. Decker with it, working on Jones. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. Badgers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. So Michigan ends up going with the new group. Wisconsin trails by 14. Brown in at the 4 spot. He's out there with Smith. Jones is out there with Flash. And it's Crawford at the 2. And it's Evans missing. Evans has gone 2 for 5 tonight. Flash passes to Brown. Michigan moving it around. The shot's good from Smith.
Crisp pass into the paint.
Smith's gone 3 for 7 from the floor so far tonight. Payton right side. Kicks to Decker. There's the screen. To the inside. And Evans throws it down.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
The Wolverines leading by 14. And out of bounds as the Badgers gain possession.
And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily.
And the Badgers with possession here. Hawkins kicks to Evans.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Brown sets a screen for Jones. There's the dish to Brown. The screen from Brown. Crawford passes to Smith. Here's Flash. Feeds it to Brown. Offensive rebound.
Well, I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Wolverines.
And they've made the long range look like a layup at times in this one, guys.
Another part of their game that's made a difference tonight is all the second chance points they've been able to get.
And it's Evans in the corner. Pass to Kaminsky. Hawkins with it. Evans left side.
The offense has clearly kicked into gear. The question, though, is it just a little too late?
Yeah, I think it may be, Greg. At least they're finally showing some signs of life offensively. Too bad I think it's past the point where it'll do much good.
Evans against Brown. To the paint. Smith dishes to Brown. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. And Michigan leads by 13.
And with this lead, it looks like they'll hold on for the title. A special moment for everyone on the team. And really, what a year it's been for their star, Free.
Yeah, very impressive considering everybody pinned their hopes on him to lead the team at the start of the season. And he hasn't disappointed. For all the hype that surrounded him, he lived up to all of it.
The screen from Brown. Here's Flash. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
And so it's Michigan winning this one. And what an incredible feeling it is for a team who's had to fight every step of the way. Right now, guys, there is no better feeling for them as they are the last team standing in this terrific tournament.
Kevin, you said, I mean, all the hard work, the blood, sweat, and tears, now you see it paying off at this very moment.
There's been a ton of sacrifice along the way. I mean, from the kids and their parents and the support staff. They've brought this school to the top of the college basketball world right now.
Well, it's been a blast to be with you guys and our great fans all tournament long. On behalf of the entire 2K Sports team and this crew in particular, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for joining us.
Hello?
Hey, Ma, it's me.
Hey, Frequency.
I got you on speakerphone.
Okay, your sister there?
Hey, Mama, I'm right here.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm fine.
We met working at the post office together. Mark was the clerk, and I was a carrier. And I asked her out to lunch one time and take her for a bagel around the corner from where we worked.
A bagel?
A bagel, yeah.
With cream cheese?
Cream cheese.
Split down the middle?
Split down the middle. Love at first sight.
Yeah?
I believe that. It was true. It happened to me.
Good evening and welcome to the NBA Draft. With the first pick in the NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Karl Anthony Towns from the University of Kentucky. With the second pick in the NBA Draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select D'Angelo Russell from the Ohio State University. With the third pick in the NBA Draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Jahlil Okafor from Duke University. With the fourth pick in the NBA Draft, the New York Knicks select Kristaps Porzingis from Latvia. With the fifth pick in the NBA Draft, the Orlando Magic select Mario Hezonja from Dubrovnik, Croatia. With the sixth pick in the NBA Draft, the Sacramento Kings select Willie Cauley-Stein from the University of Kentucky. With the 7th pick in the NBA draft, the Denver Nuggets select Emmanuel Mudiay from Dallas, Texas. With the 8th pick in the NBA draft, the Detroit Pistons select Stanley Johnson from the University of Arizona. With the 9th pick in the NBA draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Frank Kaminsky from the University of Wisconsin. With the 10th pick in the NBA draft, the Miami Heat select Justice Winslow. With the 11th pick in the NBA draft, the Indiana Pacers select the 19-year-old power forward from the University of Michigan.
Let's do this, young man.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Frequency Vibration. Welcome aboard, young man. Welcome aboard.
Wow. Wow. This is bananas.
Take your time, baby.
Thanks, Mom. Okay, so I first want to thank everyone who made this possible. Mom, Dad, I couldn't have done this without you. I'd like to thank my lady Yvette. My dude, Vig.
Hey, yo, I got you, man. Hey, hold him in the building all day, yo.
Aye.
Yeah, I love you, man. I love you.
Man, he's like my brother. Oh, gosh. And also, want to thank my sister, Cece, who is also my manager. Swish, love you.
I love you more.
And my agent, Mr. Don Pagnotti himself.
You're the man, baby.
I guess I will take some questions now. Yes, ma'am.
How did you get the nickname Freak?
A lot of people don't know this, but Freak is short for my very first nickname, Frequency Vibrations.
Yeah, true story. I like to introduce our mother so she could tell it.
Go ahead.
You know, Mama.
Tell Mama.
Yeah, Mama.
Go get her, Mom.
Thank you, everyone. Frequency and Cece are fraternal twins. And so when I was pregnant, one of them kept kicking and jumping around all the time. So my husband, Pete, put headphones on my belly and played reggae music.
Hence the name Frequency Vibrations.
We shortened it to Freak.
How did you know who was kicking?
A mother knows. A mother always knows.
Are you ready for a photo op?
Yes. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the next NBA superstar, Frequency Vibration.
Go ahead, son.
Thank you all for coming. We will be available for one-on-ones in the back. Good job. Well done.
Congratulations, son.
All right. You all know why we're here and what we came to do this year. This is only the beginning of a very long season, but Game 1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. It's time to get serious. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go. So get out there, get warm, and let's go win this game.
Here we go, my first NBA game. This is something I've been waiting for my entire life. And to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous. But I know this is where I belong. So I just gotta get out there and do what I was born to do. I hope I can make my family proud.
The Air Canada Center is filled to capacity. Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. You can out onto the floor now for his very first official NBA playing time. We're going to check out our first glimpse of professional basketball from Brown.
You know, and what a huge moment this is for him. I mean, your whole life has been spent leading up to this, and finally...
And that bucket right there, folks, is the first official NBA basket from Brown.
Yeah, and he's playing it cool right now, but let me tell you, I'm sure that basket means the world to him. There's nothing like the first one.
My thought is he's probably just happy to have it out of the way. I mean, no more waiting and wondering when it'll come. Those first points are finally in the rearview mirror. Tell you what, Monte Ellis is one of the best second-round draft picks of all time in the league, not just the last decade. I mean, this guy was a five-star recruit out of high school, committed to college, but changed his mind and entered the draft, where the Warriors stole him with the 40th pick in 2005.
Screened by Scola and taken away by Brown. And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor. And Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to achieve, and his family has got to be proud.
Extremely so, Kevin. It's been a long journey for him, but every level along the way he's found success. High school phenom, playing for a college championship. I wouldn't bet against this kid on anything when it comes to basketball.
Well, with Freak Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And, Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready. He's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school when he could be on the NBA clock.
The screen from Brown. Here's George. Tries again. And Hill throws it down.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play. The board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness.
Kevin and Greg, hard work on the offensive glass always does that. I mean, his fans will remember the dunk, but the coaches love the rebound.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Hill passes to Brown. And the rejection by Valanciunas. That's good. Now here's Carroll. He's got 5. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Guys, well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Dwayne Casey. A key concern for his side is how to keep Monte Ellis from running amok on their defense. He said there are very few players in the league who can take a sliver or a seam in a defense and turn it into 2 points as efficiently as Monte Ellis does. He said one step and he's at the rim. We have to move our feet as a unit or he'll get to the rim all game long. Guys?
Thanks again, Doris. Well, last year Toronto won their division and got bounced out in the first round. Same result Clark they had back in 2014.
Yeah, but you know, despite that sameness, they were an improved team last season, Kevin. They did a lot of the small things better in total, and I thought looked better and more cohesive as a group.
And George kicks to Brown. Lowry with the ball. George picks him up. Lowry dishes to DeRozan. Valanciunas with a screen on Ellis. Over to the left wing. Shot clock at 6. And Lowry gets it to go. Lowry's got his second bucket.
And as you mentioned, the Raptors did improve last season. I mean, they cut back on their turnovers a lot, and they were
Pacers trail by 6.
And as you said, the Raptors took care of the ball a lot better and as a result had more assists. They also cut back on their fouls, and that was helpful. Little things like that made them much more competitive as a team and helped lead them to those 49 wins.
On the court for the Pacers as our second quarter gets underway. Brown in at power forward. C.J. Miles is out there with Rodney Stuckey. And there's Hill, and it's Mahinmi in at the center position. And Miles kicks to Brown. The shot is off. Nice D from DeRozan. Raptors leading by 3. Now the Raptors moving it up. They grab their own miss.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Here's Johnson. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Raptors.
You've got to like the consistency with which...
Substitution on the court. 1:31 left to play here in the half. Here is Ross. Patterson a screen on Stuckey. The floater, he lays it in. Ross has got 5 points now this quarter.
You know, Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well.
Scola against Brown. Indiana again missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Scola, the shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries. Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin, how about 6 lead changes in this half already?
And both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Hill passes to Turner. Rodney Stuckey on the wing. And here's Brown outside. Toronto grabs the miss. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Ross against Stuckey. Ross dishes to Patterson. And again, Toronto with the triple. And here are the Pacers now. 4-point game. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
And the basket by Hill.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
And Carroll gets it to go.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half. Some changes here for the Raptors. Patterson, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Terrence Ross comes in for DeMar Carroll. And Corey Joseph subbed in for DeMar DeRozan.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Raptors.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, Clark, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Well, it's more than luck, Kevin. I think the shot selection was good, too.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And, Greg, we know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
And a great team effort, but still, what an individual performance for DeMar DeRozan. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
They've got Terrence Ross, Lowry out there with Corey Joseph. Then there's Patrick Patterson, and it's Scola in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 out. 23 seconds left in the fourth. Right side Hill. Inside. Screen by Young. Fades away. Brown. Good.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
Joseph with the ball. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a bit.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as DeMar DeRozan. He simply had a dominant third quarter, and it quickly became apparent he wanted to exert his control over the tempo. And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.
Jump from SoCal, Hollywood to the slums. Get burnt by the California sun on the west side. East Coast, where you at? Just got to New York like a net on a jet to London. To Brazil, to Quebec, like the whole world took effect to Ferg. Tell them, lay back, slow down. Better represent when we come to your town. So lay back, slow down. What you represent when we come to your down. Say, get in with the business, I'ma be there in a minute. I just booked a Paris ticket, thinking Russia need a visit. I'ma run it to the limit and be on my way to Venice. LA got the people saying. Brooklyn saying.
LeBron James. What more can you say about the guy that hasn't already been said? He can play anywhere on the court, and he gets it done on both ends like nobody else in the league. If we can't slow him down, this game could get out of hand real quick. It's going to be one of the biggest tests of the season for me, that's for sure. Time to step up.
The starting lineup for the visiting Indiana Pacers. At power forward, Lavoy Allen.
The Cavaliers have an Eastern Conference contest on their hands as they prepare to defend their home court here at the Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland. The Pacers will play just this one game on the road before returning back to Indiana. So important to get off on the right foot. New year, new season. These guys have done it.
And right
now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Indiana didn't have a great record on the road last season. Only went Clark 15-26 on the year, and it cost them down the stretch.
They really did, Kevin. I mean, the Pacers had a bumpy year with all of the injuries, particularly with George being out for most of the year. His absence was most noted in those tough road games, I think. It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Hill kicks to Hill, and stolen by Love. And now Irving pushing it up. No one back to stop him. So they take the lead. Irving's got his first bucket in this one.
The defense to start and ignite that play was terrific, and I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
And really look for them now to be even more aggressive on the defensive side. Try to come up with a few more steals.
The screen from Brown. Ellis the pass to Brown. And he jams it with authority.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
Indiana trailing here. Brown with a screen on Irving. Ellis outside. It's George on the wing. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. George has got 5 points so far.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
LeBron kicks to Love. Feeds it to Irving. Off the screen. Here's Thompson. Cannot hit. Hill with some nice D. Last outing for Indiana. They won that game against Miami.
And in that game, guys, they were just about as dominant defensively on the interior as you could ever be.
And once they got a few rejections, they had opposing scorers looking for those long arms and hands, and it caused hesitation in taking shots in there.
And a wide open look for James. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. 9 points in the game so far. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for Cleveland?
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
LeBron with the block. And they'll keep possession. George with the bucket.
Yes,
26 seconds left in the first quarter. Irving against Hill. Irving dishes to Love. The pass to LeBron. Just 4 to shoot. And Love with the basket on the assist by LeBron.
And another lead change here. How many of these are we going to have tonight?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm willing to bet it'll be more than a few. Superb playmaking from Monte Ellis.
And we got a chance to hear from LeBron James about the hard work and preparation he brings into.
Go back and I'm able to.
I think you'd have to say the preparation. From the Cavaliers with some changes. Love's checked in for Varejao. James comes in for Richard Jefferson. And Irving subbed in for Mo Williams. Then for the Pacers, Hill, he's checked in for Mahinmi. Brown comes in for Allen. And George Hill's subbed in for C.J. Miles. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Amon Shumpert is out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Mozgov in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now.
And last year's midseason trade had to feel good to Amon Shumpert. Toiling away in New York, injured, uninspired. Boy, did he find new life in Cleveland. Of course, playing next to LeBron can do that for you.
Hill. Good. The assist goes to Hill. And the Pacers lead by 3.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Now Shumpert. Back to Irving. Shoots from 14. Jump shot is good that time. And for Shumpert last year, Clark, he added the defense and athleticism on the wing that Cleveland so desperately needed.
Yeah, he sure did, Kevin. And he also became a facilitator of all things. I mean, you wouldn't expect that from him, but he averaged over 3 assists a game, easily the best mark of his career.
Good point.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Hill against Mozgov. Now, here is Irving. Defense is right there.
Mozgov, guys, was specifically sought after by his coach, Dave Blatt. Remember, Mozgov was a favorite of his.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the...
Yes, Kevin, I'm here with LeBron and...
Okay, guys, let's focus and get down to business. Now, here's a few things I took away from the first half. I'll say this. We kept a very tight hand.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter. Welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
It's been a solid outing for LeBron.
Paul Williams is checked in for J.R. Smith. Some changes for Indiana. Pacers have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. And so in the game for the Pacers. Brown, he's in at power forward. Young is out there with Rodney Stuckey. Then there's Ian Mahimi. And it's Miles in at the 3, the small forward. And it's Brown missing. And for the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off a good outing.